DW, I'd like to ask you, when you were doing that professional car washing that you showed me, because you used to do it for a living, I want you to teach me how to master that kind of energy so I can apply it to my dance, to my business skills, and to life.
Sure. Well, at the end of the day, it's, having an intention and having a goal in mind. And once you kind of visualize your intention and your goal, you got to set actions to accomplish it. Sometimes they talk about, having a dream or something. And dreams are great, but if you can set up goals to reach that dream, like milestones along the way, I think you'll have a greater chance of success rather just trying to jump from down here all the way to up here.
This sounds all good, but it sounds like you're repeating from a book. I want you to talk to me like you did before we started this video, where you said about, you have to be ruthless. You got to do it talk like that.
Well, it's almost kind of being mean-spirited when you're doing something where, it's your way or the highway. Like when I wash something or like my car or do work or do business, you kind of almost have to be ruthless and ego-centered where, and believe in your thoughts and your mentality and the way that you do things is the only way to, drive and to push whatever you're trying to push. Obviously, in discussions with other groups, you can absorb information from others, and we're all different. Our genetics is different. Our dispositions are all different. But that's not to say that someone who's a little softer in demeanor and compared to someone who's strong-willed can have the similar outcome with similar intentions if they each put their heart and their soul and their grind, like the grinder, in their actions.
So DW, I'm a softer type of person than compared to you. Not that I'm a soft guy, but compared to you, I don't have that killer instinct like you would say. But I could see myself applying this, for example, for dance. If I were to just trust myself while I'm training, I could just train. I want to be able to be focused for not all day, but for 5 hours of a day.
Yeah.
I'm training up to it. These days, I'm practicing dance for half an hour, 1 hour, whatever. I'm just doing waves with my arms, isolations, working my muscles and my bones up, grinding out my skill level to a higher level. And basically, if I want to, how long can you maintain that focus? Can you tell me?
Honestly, my attention span is quite limited and small. So it's after 30 minutes or 45 minutes, I need to take a break because I feel sometimes maybe it's just the way I am. I'm focused so strongly on the one thing, and then I need to focus my attention somewhere else afterwards because I give it my all or whatever, and then I need to take a break, clear my mind, and then maybe go back to it. But most of the time, I'm always doing a couple of other things, so I kind of change my daily activity. First I accomplish the task, and then I move on to something new. I don't try to go back on something. I complete it fully and then move on from there.
See, that's the thing. You complete it fully. I know. I got. You know what? The feeling you gave me when you were washing your BMW, it made me feel that if it were to take you 3 hours to do it, not just the half an hour that you took, you would have spent the 3 hours necessary to clean that car. I felt you would. There's nothing that would have stopped you from cleaning that car.
That's true, but I feel like time is sensitive, and I'm a fast action kind of guy, so I tend to get things done quicker than maybe someone else would, and that's just who I am because I just want to move on with the next thing. I'm always, maybe that's not a great trait that I have of foreseeing what I have to do in the future, and accomplishing what I have to do now, because maybe sometimes I'll do things faster and maybe not do it as well.
Just good enough.
Or just good enough. Yeah, maybe that's something that I need to work on. Just making it
But
good
there
enough.
are some things that I know you do an awesome job of. For example, videos where you really... for example, this video, you probably won't put it up because it's not as polished as you like it. And but you might want to show Kylie though.
I'm gonna put it up just because you said that.
Oh, so basically, like, yeah, I want to continue this topic. We're only at the 5 minute mark right now, and so like I want you to go towards some details, some nuances about like some tips and tricks. I don't want you to tell me any goal setting bullshit. I want you to tell me about like well, little techniques. How do like a beginner, if someone like.
Well, you know what I
Yeah.
do? A lot of the time when I start a day, I always write things down that what I need to accomplish. Like, and before back in the day when I used to do like a to-do list, I'd write that I'd have to eat my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just simple things that are everyday common things to do, and like work out. I'd still write it down because I want to be able to see on my list that I actually crossed it off.
Oh.
And then it just becomes a habit. Then you add on to things, whether it's working on my portfolio or working on a project or doing a filming. As long as I see those crosses, and I usually always start my day by doing the most important thing that's on my to-do list, on like that's job related. So I always get the most important thing done first, and then the least important things I tend to, push off to the end, because then it may not get done, and if it doesn't get done, well, I can put it on the list on the following day and get it done then. But I always always do the most important thing in my life first.
I totally agree with that. I read it somewhere from someone I really respect, Mark Manson, and he also said the same thing. Like, he doesn't believe in doing the easy stuff first and then building up to it, because like if you can already get rid of the hardest task in the morning for you, whether that be like exercising to lose weight, or like to train dance to become a pro, or to do accounting because you hate math, like when you get it out of the way, the rest of the day seems easy probably. You could like do the other stuff.
Well, you get a sense of accomplishment, and that just drives you to keep going and to push and to try other things or to do other things, and who knows what you want to do the next day. You might challenge yourself even more, and to one. I know this is probably from a book, but doing something